Hi my peeps and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a digital portrait of my character Lence, which I haven't done one like this in a while, so it was really nice to work on this. But anyways, before we get into the topic, which we don't really have one today, but anyways, I would like to give a shout out to Turtle Bun Buns, who is the comment of the week. Thank you so much for your comment. I really like reading all those comments, and if you would like to be the comment of the week, all you have to do is comment on any video, and I really appreciate all of y'all's comments. I think they're really nice and sweet, and the fact that someone takes time out of their day to comment on one of my videos is, I just think that's really nice. So thank you. I'm also on Patreon, and perhaps, maybe by the time you're watching this on YouTube, the wallpaper for April is already up, so you can go check that out if you want to. But anyways, this drawing here, it's like a, I guess you would call it a semi-realistic portrait kind of deal. And I don't do these really often because they take a decent chunk of time, you know? I think this one took me around 2 hours to complete, which I think is actually not that bad because I've spent longer than that on other drawings similar to this, so I think that was pretty neat. But anyways, it's longer than how much time I typically spend on a piece, because sometimes I'll spend, and this is kind of confusing to me, I don't understand how this works, but sometimes I'll spend like 30 minutes on a drawing and it's like completely finished. In fact, this drawing would have been finished around that timestamp if I did it the way that I typically do my work, where I just do the line art and I do some shading and highlighting and that's it, which I went through all of that, like I went through that whole stage like I normally do with shading and highlighting. It's just that after that I then went over the line art and all of those other layers with a new layer, a brand new layer, oh my gosh, just for rendering. So that of course adds time, you know, you gotta go in with and do extra things. And another thing I did, which you've probably already seen already, is I can't remember what layer mode I used, but I went over the skin with yellow towards in the forehead area, and then red in the cheek and nose area, and then a blue color in the chin area. And like I said, I can't remember which layer mode I used when I did that, and I think I got rid of it, so I can't go back and check. But anyways, I saw that a tip for coloring portraits on Pinterest one of these days. I can't remember when. I've actually seen a few times, like different ones, saying that that's a good way to do portraits, to kind of add some, what do you call that? I guess you would call it color variation in the face. And I really liked doing that. I think that was really neat, and it added some, what would you call that? Interest is the word that's coming to mind, but I don't think that's the right one. Also spice, but I don't think that's the right word I'm looking for. But anyways, it just like adds, it's like this really subtle thing, especially in the chin area, because like that's where he would have like facial hair and stubble and things, and I don't know, I just think it just adds something. I just think it's nice, you know, and it'd be like that sometimes. But anyways, my favorite part of this entire drawing is the nose. I don't know why. Whenever I draw something, I don't know if you would say I pay extra, I guess you would say I pay extra attention to the nose. And sometimes when I look at other people's art, I pay attention to how the nose is drawn. And I just like think interesting shaped noses are interesting. I don't know, I just think noses are interesting and fun to draw, especially for this particular character. I really like drawing his nose. I don't know if that's weird. I don't think it is, because I feel like all artists probably have a feature, like whether they do portraits or whatever, they have something that they like to draw a lot, and something that they try to make sure they get right in a drawing, and for me that's the nose. So it'd be like that sometimes. But anyway, another thing I really like to focus on when I do these types of drawings is the eyes, or are the eyes? I feel like it's are the eyes. Anyway, yeah, so I just like to pay extra attention to the eyes, and that was actually something I struggled with a lot when it comes to this particular style. For a while, I just could not figure out how to translate my style and like my normal style into this style with the eyes, because I mean, sometimes I draw eyelids, but sometimes I don't, and especially like just the shading, like especially if, like I mentioned, like sometimes I don't draw eyelids. It's like, okay, well now this is semi-realistic, so eyelids have to be included in this. Otherwise, it's gonna look weird. And I know that it looks weird because I've tried it before. That's a no-go for me. So it's like I have to try to figure out like how, like different things that you would see in a realistic portrait, I have to kind of blend those in with my own style, if that makes any sense. And I feel like I did a pretty decent job with that. 3-3-2 on that one. Oh my gosh, because I was struggling with this for a while. In fact, here are some of my semi-realistic portraits of Lence over the years. Look at all of them in all of their special glory. They change. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've learned a lot in doing these portraits, even though it's not something that I do all the time. In fact, I can't remember the last time I did something like this, except for last year when I did the last portrait of Lence that you just saw on the screen. Oh my gosh. This is my first time doing one like this that's a side profile, because what had happened was, after I did the how to draw black people tutorial that you saw last week, hopefully, oh my gosh, I'm going to put it in the iCard so you can see it if you want to, but anyways, I was showing examples of side profiles of black people, and while I was doing the side profiles, I was struggling explaining what it is that I was doing, and I was also talking about how whenever I do side profiles, my guides for the face are too small. So I was thinking, one, if you can't explain something, that probably means you need to get better at that thing, you know? Also, just like observing that my guides are too small, to me that means that I should come up with a better way of structuring the face from the side profile, side view, or whatever. So after I finished that video, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna practice my side profiles, because I do draw side profiles frequently in my sketchbook because I just enjoy doing it, especially the nose. Okay, so I mean, it's something that I do, but it's like I haven't necessarily like sat down and actually tried to come up with better ways to draw the side profile. So I practiced that a little bit, and what I ended up doing, and I still have to practice this some more to refine my technique, is to not draw the entire guide, just draw what I typically use anyway, which is like the circle shape for the head and the line that shows where the ears are. And also the line that shows like where the front of the face is. Those are the main lines that I use whenever I draw the jawline in my guide. I never use it, or I hardly ever use it. I end up erasing it. So it's like, if I'm gonna erase it anyway, then why are you here? Goodbye. So that's kind of like how I have started doing my side profile drawings. I still have to practice it some more, as you do. But anyways, so it's just like, since I was doing a lot of practicing of side profiles and things, I was like, you know, I feel like doing this semi-realistic portrait thing, I might as well practice my side profiles while I'm at it. You know, let's multitask here. Let's do this. But anyways, another thing with that, on that same point, is after I finished drawing him, I was like, something's just slightly off with this chin here, like just his jawline. I was just looking at it and I was like, I don't know what's happening here, just something's just slightly off. It's like his chin was too big. It's like he didn't look like himself, and one of the things that was making him not look like himself was his chin. I was like, oh no, we kind of have to fix that. And this is like not something I usually do, is like come back and finish, like fix a drawing. Usually I'll, like once I close the drawing program, after I have decided it is finished, it is finished. I'm usually not going to go back and do more with it. That's just how I do things a lot of the times. So, but it's like I really liked the drawing other than that, so it's just like I might as well go in and kind of fix some things up, which I did. And now looking at the old version and the new version, I'm not sure which one I prefer. So that's a thing, but it be like that sometimes. Another thing I kind of struggle with, which you might have seen, is his ear. And I always struggle with this whenever I do these portraits. I always struggle with the ear. It's like, I just need to do some studies of ears, because something's not connected. And it do be like that sometimes, but I haven't actually sat down and tried to actually learn that, so that one's on me. But anyways, this is how the drawing turned out. I hope you like it. I like it, even though it's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's good how it is. Brings me to a lot. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Shout out to my patrons, Turtle Bun Buns, Ariana, Kelsey, and Cameron. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you and everything that you do. Oh my gosh. I'm also on Coffee, and I'm also on Instagram, and you can subscribe to my channel if you want to. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please enjoy the rest of your day, my peeps.